Can we have good racing at Spain? The question that is inevitable for any Formula 1 fan. Well, it's often noted that IndyCar is much closer racing than Formula 1 because of a reduced dirty air effect. So to test whether one can potentially have good racing at Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, I'm going to see how far up the grid we can go in a 5-lap race here in Spain in a grid full of IndyCars from the back. But first, here's your lap review of the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya. As we cross the line to start the lap, we're greeted by a downhill braking zone for turn 1, where you want to approximately brake just after the 100-meter board and take a wide turn in just after the 50-meter board. Prepare for turn 2, which is similarly wide, to try and get as much turn in as possible to set up the flat turn 3. But on exit, pull as far left as possible to prepare for turn 4, a downhill section from braking to exit, which induces understeer and is bounded by grass and gravel. Nonetheless, try to maximize the exit by trail braking through the corner and set up the downhill braking for turn 5, which is the slower version of turn 4. Get the car to turn in as much as possible through the corner, making a late apex to keep the rear stable on exit, which can get wayward on the short blast of turn 7. With unnerving levels of undulation through the corner and into the following turn 8, this left-right high-speed chicane requires you to go slow in and fast out. The following fast right-hand corner is flat in modern Formula 1 cars. At the end of the straight, turn 10 is a hairpin, but in real life, turn 10 has been reprofiled to be a long left corner instead. However, in both versions, turn 10 is followed by a long right corner, the exit of which should be maximized to the curb so that you can carry as much speed as possible through the off-camber right-hander, which is followed up by a slow chicane. On exit, be careful as to not run out too wide so that you spin on the outside curb and swoop back into the right side of the track for the high-speed on-camber corner to cap off the lap here in Barcelona. Overall, this track is a solid track to drive, which tests the ability of cars in all types of corners, but terrible for racing with dirty air distancing cars on track from one another. But we'll see if that's true, because the lights are out and away we go here in Barcelona. We get a lot of wheel spin off the start, but find the grip faster than the AI. As we go up the middle of the grid of cars, I stiffen up the rear anti-roll bar to increase rear grip, and into turn 1 we keep our distance from the cars around us while making our own space through 1 and 2, momentarily going 3 wide through 2, but going to turn 3 with no damage. But we have to let off the throttle through 3 because the dirty air from the guys ahead is causing understeer. But taking a wider line through allows us to sweep around the outside of P4 through the braking zone and the inside of P3, whom we force out wide on exit. And into turn 5, the leaders are side by side, compromising the guy on the outside, allowing me to get alongside on the faster inside line. But with a little bit of stubbornness and the inside line, we get P2 into turn 7. We just went from last to second in half a lap. And although most of these positions came from the start, we were able to make some decisive one-on-one moves that were affected by dirty air. Let's also gloss over the fact that I made contact with P1 into turn 9. But on the next lap, at the same part of the track, finding those pockets of clean air to work with to get a fantastic run through turn 9, we get the lead in a straight line down into turn 10. From then on, we were untouchable, showing how bad the dirty air can be at Spain for the AI, even though we're in Indycars. Maybe not this year, but in 2022, with the new generation of cars that would be able to follow much better, these kinds of starts would be possible. If you found this video helpful or entertaining in any way, be sure to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And I'll see you whenever I'll see you. Peace!